Hi, I'm Derek Davis, the consulting curator here at the Ely House Museum, and today we're going to be talking about Black History Month. First, we're going to talk about Black History Month. Then we're going to talk about the Elys and how their services fit into the original plans for Black History Month. And then we'll talk about the theme for 2022. To begin with and talk about Black History Month, we have to talk about a man named Carter G. Woodson. Now, he was a graduate of Harvard University, and in 1915, that was the 50th anniversary of the Emancipation Proclamation. And he and some others were participating in a festival in Chicago that would bring together a lot of exhibits about Black history for that time. It's like a 3-week exhibit. And during that time, he was so impressed by all the people who were coming by and seeing that exhibit that he had this idea that he wanted to do an organization that would do more to get Black history involved in education. And so he got other scholars with him, and they started an organization called the Association for the Study of African American Life and History. With that organization in place, he then started finding other ways of how we can get others involved in this process of doing more to infuse Black history in all of the curriculum. And so they started and they said, what we'll do something that at that time they called Negro History Week. In fact, it was originally called Negro History and Literature Week. And with that Negro History and Literature Week, and this is around 1920, they would go out and they were trying to get other people involved in this activity of celebrating Negro History Week. So by 1925, they decided that they were actually having this Negro History Week. And they decided we were looking for a time to have it. And there were celebrations at that time for Abraham Lincoln's birthday and for Frederick Douglass's birthday. Many Black people celebrated those. They were already celebrating them. So he figured that would be a good time to start this Negro History Week. A lot of people ask why February, but that was the reason. Black people were already celebrating Abraham Lincoln's birthday and Frederick Douglass' birthday on their own. So he figured that February would be a good month to have Black History Month. And they celebrated that way for many, many years. Now, but to talk about it, they still were trying to get Black history involved in all parts of education, in all curriculum. In fact, in 1933, he decided to write a book because he was really disappointed with some of the celebrations that he saw. And this book was called The Miseducation of the Negro. And in The Miseducation of the Negro, what he was saying is that the things that he saw people doing were not actually working to improve the Black community, that they were doing things that really weren't looking at the students, and that they should actually, if a student was having problems, that they should study the student more. They should learn more about them. And they should use history as a way to actually get them excited and involved in the process of learning and community building. So this book, The Miseducation of the Negro, came out, and that was kind of like how he saw Black history things. And so the organization just kept doing things and kept putting themes together to show Black History Month. And that kind of leads me to talk about Mr. and Mrs. Ely. Because when you look at what they were doing, his idea of using history and using Black culture as a way to get the students prepared for actually being a good citizen, for going out and actually learning how to do things that will build the community, this kind of fits into that original idea of Black history. When you look at Miss Ely and the things she was doing when she was trying to get the school accredited, by going through a process of studying the students, of learning about them, even studying their parents and the things that they were doing, how much they were making. All of this kind of fits into what Carter G. Woodson was originally intending Black History Month to be, a part of something that would get the community to find things in history that would help them build a better community. So when we look at Black history, a lot of people say now, oh, you just want to celebrate that month. That was never Carter G. Woodson's idea, just to celebrate that month. In fact, before he died, he had already tried to start a outreach to adults so they would start learning more history. He would encourage schools to have festivals that at Black History Month what you would do was show off the work that the students had done all that year leading up to that time, so that they would see their work and see how their work fit into building a better community. So Carter G. Woodson never said, I just wanted to be for this one time period. He always had the idea that this would sort of be like an inspiration for a planning time that Black people could look at what was going on in their lives and how they can improve their community. With that, when you look at the history of the themes that they were using over the years, you'll find that since 1928, they always would pick a theme. And that theme would be what he wanted everybody to kind of work on as far as learning more about Black history and learning more ways to use those ideas to make their communities better. So this year, the theme for 2022 is Black Health and Wellness. And with Black health and wellness, I think this is a marvelous time for that because we have so many health issues going on now. And there's a lot of talk about how Black health and wellness has been affected through the years. And this is a good time to look back over those things. I think when you look at Black health and wellness, one of our biggest problems is being neglected, being left out of the health processes. And this, if we look back, we'll see that that was the greatest problems we had, was being left out. And we should see how we can be more inclusive in the health processes. And with these health processes and wellness, it means everything from the doctor, from yoga classes, from studying about diabetes and other diseases that we may come with. I think this is a great year to study ourselves, see how we can become better. But remember, it's not just for February. It's in February, you get to plan and think about how you can, for the whole year, look at Black health and wellness. Thank you.